Right, 2093, good luck. So we've not played before, we have no head-to-head score there. Let's play Sicilian for this one. Only 400 games for a pawn and 100 in bullet, but it's a 6-year-old account. Wow, 6-year-old account and there's barely any games on it. Just take. Let's go for this Khan setup. Let's play queen up to cover the bishop coming in. Knight up, knight up. Maybe a bishop check, but it's just standard to block there. Knight up just to hit the pawn. Now I'll check just to try and get castled, basically. Okay, he does indeed come up. Okay, I'll do this just to break the structure, but it's kind of perfectly fine for white. This maybe even good for white. Let's develop this knight then. He's just going to develop somewhere and get castled. That's what I expect. I've got knight across so to pressure the pawn. That gives me a development move to hit the bishop and the pawn. So I'm going to get rid of that bishop. Now do I sack here? Takes, takes, knight takes. No, it feels wrong, doesn't it? But here as well. Take, 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 takes. There must be something, but I'm going to play it though just to try and unwind my position. Just to try and unwind the position. Pawn down I can take. If he takes, can I take? Okay, he doesn't, so he wants me to take to open the file. That's just plain dangerous. So I'm going to develop my bishop, I think. And look to play rook across, maybe rook across, but if I take here, this opens up. Okay, he might be doing that in order to encourage this, mightn't he? He may be, he may be. Rook across, rook across. Let's play rook over. Threatening to actually take. Take, knight takes, but he might still want this to open the file up. He might do. Let's just see. Oh, he's done the taking himself. So let's take back then. Now, is there a nice discovery? He doesn't try one. Well, I guess just knight back here, just to make sure we don't blunder it. He can trade the rooks. Rook to c1 looks perfectly good. Probably h6 at some point to give the king an emergency square. He could play rook over and trade, but that should be good for us, or should be. Give my king an emergency square. So now we can try and develop. Where do we put these pieces? Queen out wide feels like a move, but then you're putting the queen on the side of the board instead of in the center where the action is or should be. Here pins the knight, but I don't see quite what it achieves. So here, does it give him any real problems? I'm not convinced it does. Yeah, I think I should come in the middle, in the center. My knight does guard my bishop. No real threats yet, just prodding. Up, trade, trade. Actually, that makes sense to me, so I'm going to go forward. We get a tempo attacking the bishop, so just drop back. Let's try and bring our king up. Okay, drop the knight back. Okay, it's very difficult to create anything, isn't it? Bishop up takes, takes, nothing. Let's go here to cover this. Maybe even here. Let's come up here, maybe bishop up. He's playing this pretty well, isn't he? But pretty quickly as well. Oh, I've blundered now. I have blundered. So that's the threat. So I have to go there to guard, or I'm definitely going to lose a piece. So maybe bishop back if he doesn't take. Kind of gone slightly wrong. Yeah, he's gone for it, so let's go forward here, see if he takes. I mean, I'll have to take with the pawn either way. Yeah, safe pre-move, but I'm miles down on the clock. I'm going to try and fix this and stay here, I think. Wait, what? Oh, this should be winning for us because we can deflect him. Just push and take. Or better for us anyway. I can almost pre-move king 4, but I'm not going to. But takes here. We collect this and it's a race, isn't it? So, safe pre-move. Oh, well, he could throw a move like this in or something, so here. Right, 1, 2. Yeah, it must be right to go forward. Yeah, this is winning now. Okay, that was a pretty decent game of Blitz, wasn't it? We were down on the clock, but we turned it around. So let's see what it was in engine language. So we just pause so we don't accidentally start another game. So what have we got? We've got 59 moves. That's a lot of moves. They're the move times for both players there. So let's just request an analysis. I'll click that little heater off. It's quite mild today. That felt like a pretty decent game at our level. So this is where the game has changed from level, and there's a blunder. Yeah, there is just a one move blunder here. King back in its level, pawn forward, and he's allowed this idea to deflect and it's just over. It's essentially level, you can see here. There's lots of ups and downs, not perfect play from either of us, but it's basically level up to that move 38. One simple mistake and it's game over. So it was 96% versus 87% accuracy, but it would have been exactly the same for opponent, but for that blunder. It would have been the same figures. Would have been exactly the same. So we'll just have a very quick flick through. Just playing a Sicilian for variety here. Going for this Khan setup. Just relatively flicking through here, but we've both played pretty decently. So I should have played d5 earlier on here to deal with this. It's not a bad structure for white, really. And again, I should be playing d5 here, so that's something I need to learn from. I played d5 earlier than what I did do. We can see bishop down here to hit the knight is a little bit of a nuisance, isn't it? It's level, but it looks better for white positionally, even though it's level here. And I could see myself getting down on the clock shortly, just coming up. Once we get to this end game phase, I'm now 20 odd seconds down practically the rest of the game. You can see it's just completely level here. Then one fatal blunder comes along and that's it. It just turns the game. We can deflect the king. And as it turns out, we're in time here. There's nothing that can be done there from white. And then it's just a case of trying to checkmate without blundering a stalemate, of course. So at our level, that was a pretty decent game. That was pretty good.